Hey folks, this is Vincent Natalie with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Bullet. Yes, do that again? There we go. Bullet. So this is one of our cozy game nights that we like to do. This game is both competitive and cooperative, and Level 99 Games has previously sent me the deluxe bullets, which are premium tokens for these. They're thicker, they're so much nicer.
Yes, they are.
So you're not going to get these, the default are like thin paper tokens, whereas these are a lot thicker. I also have the core box, which is what they sent me prior, but then they sent me some expansion material. They sent me Bullet Orange, which is an expansion, and they also sent me this Anne Claire single pack or whatever it is. But I did an unboxing video of this already in a prior video, so go check that out if you want to see that in more detail. But for right now, we're just here to talk about Bullet. And all you need is just Bullet Heart. That's the core game, Bullet Heart. But again, Bullet Orange is the expansion. There's other expansions as well. In this game, you will control I don't know if it's anime. I don't know what that's called. Are these anime?
Characters.
Yeah,
I guess.
cartoon yes, cartoon female characters. We'll go with that.
Manga.
Is it? I don't know the difference.
I have no idea.
Anyway, so you pick one of these characters, and they each have different abilities. They have different health pools, and it's kind of like Tetris, but without the tetramino pieces. It reminds me a little bit of like Dr. Mario and other games where these bullets will be drawn from a bag and they will come down what's called your sight or your board here. And whenever you draw one from your bag, you're going to count however many down from the top that the number is. So 1 would work here. But let's say you drew this 3 from the bag. You're going to skip over existing spots. So like 1, 2, 3. It would go like that. So your board is filling up. That's what the general gameplay flow is. Your board is filling up. You don't want it, because if you overflow, you take damage. You do not want bullets to fall off your board and take damage. So when you get to like 3 in a column, you typically don't want to draw anymore, because if you draw 4, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, that would slide over and that hurts you. So that's bad. Now to help you with this, you've got abilities over the right side here. And apologies for the glare, but each of these characters has their own unique character board as well. And you also can get, these are team power-ups that you can equip in a team battle. There's also these green temporary one-use power-ups that you can get in the competitive game. You just use them and get rid of them that way. So you get more on top of what's inherently on here. And this number will tell you how much AP you have to spend in order to use these abilities. This allows you to manipulate your board, get things in the right pattern. When I say pattern, each character also has a deck of cards, and these patterns are unique to them. So, you're going to be trying to get these patterns to match what's on your board. So, for example, this is a horrible one, because I would need a red one and then a blue one somewhere. Like, I'd have to manipulate the board to get the red up there and the blue down. It's just not going to work for me. But something like this might work, because if I can get anyone here, and anyone here, I can destroy the 3 that are to the right of that pattern. Now, you can't mirror patterns or invert them. You have to observe them as they are on this card. So you've got different patterns on these cards, and there's even some requirements. Like there must be a 3 here, anyone here, and then it destroys these 3 going up in that direction. And whenever you destroy them, if you're playing competitive, they go in your opponent's bag for the next round. So it's kind of like, Tetris, and that, like if you get a big Tetris clear, you're sending crap over to your opponent. Well, the same thing happens here in the competitive game. What we played tonight, though, is a cooperative game against a boss. Each of these characters has a flip side. So this is the flip side of the Sora board. This is the boss side, Sora. And then this is the regular character side. So if you're going to play as Sora, as a human player, you would use this side. And this is her ability down here and so on. Whereas if you flip to this side, you've got, this is her boss side. And she actually has 3 different boards, and she'll switch between her abilities throughout the game. she's going to have these shields here, and that's going to be the whole point of the game. These are tokens. I'll get into that later. But these are shields, and you're trying to go from top to bottom. No, not that one. But you're trying to go from top to bottom, breaking these shields. And as you break these shields, it reveals new abilities that she gets. So that's bad as well. The more damage you do to a boss, typically, the more powerful they become because they're revealing more crap. In addition to that, they've got their own boss pattern. If you do not get that on your board somewhere, exactly, she will do crap to you. So if I don't somehow have this on my board, which I just dropped something, I'll get that later. So I have that in a number of places. Here, 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 and here satisfies this pattern here. And the bottom of the card says Sora cannot have more than one shield broken this round. There's actually like overflow damage in this game. If you clear tokens from your board and attack the boss with them, you have to get so many in order to clear a shield. This says 5, 10, 15, 20. If in a single player game, it's 5. If it's 2 players, players need 10 collectively to break a shield. With 4 players, it's 20. So the more players you have, the more tokens you need to clear a single shield. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. But you're going to use the tokens that you're throwing at her to break these shields during a certain part of the round. This is a quick overview of all the different phases in a round and when you're supposed to activate everything. I'm not going to get into the how-tos and all that crap. This is more, again, a review / overview video. And I will say, the bosses are hard as nails. Yeah, they are. They really are. By the skin of our teeth, even though I used this ability once, there's also some questions, a lot of questions sometimes regarding the rules. Mm-hmm. So, for example, she has an ability down here. It's kind of hard to see it that way, but Sora has 3 boss unique abilities. She starts with the game with 1 at random. When you clear a 4 bullet, which is if you clear a 4 bullet by attacking her with it, if you clear it, it goes into the center, which is this is the general supply, the white bag, the center. We've got our own individual bags we draw from, but this is like the main one, and every round we add crap to our bags to increase the intensity in a boss battle. But anyway, this one says when you clear 4 bullet, it goes into the white bag, the center. But this last one here, this last ability, when you break the last shield, it says all 4 bullets hit you. So like if we're clearing 4s and they're going back in the bag, then when does this ever kick in? Yeah. And I'm thinking maybe the 4s left on our boards is what they mean by that, in which case I still would have won because this would have hit me, but no other 4s exist on my board, so I'd be fine. Whereas her, on the other hand,
I would have died.
You would have died.
Twice.
Yes. So we still won. Like we beat this boss barely, but it was a lot of fun. But there's still some weird rule things that I have trouble finding the answer to. I wish there was an FAQ in the rule book and the expansion stuff. Like I wish there was more.
There is an FAQ, but it's very small. Very small. It doesn't answer a lot of.
And these are expansion characters. They wouldn't be in that rule book at all.
Yeah, and that kind of stinks. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I think I've said everything I need to say. I mean, it's clear bullets, attack the boss, or if you're playing competitively, clear bullets and send them to your opponent. Mm-hmm. Stuff your opponent's bag with a bunch of tokens and hope they bust before you do. That's the general gist of it. I love the art in this. These are all, again, I did an unboxing video already, but these are all the different core game characters. And the heart means they're easy to play. The star means they're hard to play, I think. That's their level of difficulty. There's a heart one there. And again, they all have a boss side as well.
Almost all of them. Mine doesn't.
It should.
My expansion, is that the boss?
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
That is the boss. They have. Yeah, I know that because again, each character has their own deck of cards, and each boss has this is the boss pattern for this character. This is the these are the pattern cards for the Sora character, but we're using the boss cards because we're fighting the boss. I know there's boss patterns in here for that
red barrel.
For the red barrel, yeah.
It's just wild because there's no actual ability on the bottom.
Right.
So I didn't.
So they may be an easier boss. I don't know what their deck looks like. Yeah. I don't know what the boss pattern deck looks like, or what these do when you break shields. I don't know that either.
Okay. So that means that this will have one of those pattern these pattern ones somewhere?
Yeah, so the
there?
reverse side of these is this.
Oh.
So this is gonna change.
Okay, but where's hers? I'm curious.
It's in the box here.
Is it? Okay.
Oh yeah, actually it's on the reverse side of you. You're a red barrel.
Really?
You're that. Yeah, go ahead and flip that over.
So this would. Oh my god. That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is you played as.
I played as.
You played as Mark.
Yeah.
You played as Mark with this.
With my ability.
But because if you wanted to make her a boss.
Oh, that is so cool, dude! I'm gonna be the boss, and like next time we play, I want to be the boss, and you'll try and defeat me.
That's not how that works, but okay. So
that is really cool, actually.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool characters in this game with different abilities. Again, the only complaint I have with it is some of these unique things that come up are hard to research. I have a hard time finding it. So I house roll.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a game that can be house rolled if you're worried about difficulty. For example, in the co-op game, you're not supposed to use temporary abilities, one-offs. You can if you want.
I would.
We didn't use them for our game, but you could. And in addition to the team ones, you can give yourself. You can add temporary. Every round, just deal yourself one.
I would.
Make it slightly easier, or two. I don't care. It's your game. You do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a difficult game. We played this multiple times, and the more I play it, the more sad and disheartened I get sometimes.
Why?
Because, like, I have fun with it, but every time I reach, like, a certain point, it kind of pulls me back, like, oh, yes, I can do this, but then I can't.
Because you don't have the action points to do it. Yeah,
the action points are really hard to manage sometimes, especially when it comes to certain characters and certain bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a challenge. Some people like a challenge. But I love the gameplay. I love the whole Bejeweled, Candy Crush, Tetramino, whatever you want to call it, pattern building. I think that's fantastic gameplay. I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. It kind of reminds me of Dice Thrones. Like, the art and...
That's more... Yeah, it's like Yahtzee, whereas this is more... Like you said, Tetramino.
more token things.
Yeah.
But I'm just really sad. I mean, I'm sad that there's not a real definitive way of modifying the patterns.
Because each character has their own deck, and you really can't modify.
I wish that each character didn't have their own deck. I think I wish like they were all like mixed it together.
Well, what you could do again, it's your game. You play. You want look through all of the pattern cards across all the characters and pick out the ones you like.
Build your own.
It's gonna make it unbalanced because some may be better than others, but it's your game. You do what you want.
Yeah.
Some people are really. No, you can't do that. It's against the rules. No, you're not supposed to play that way. You have to play as the developer intended. Well, in my opinion, it's your house, your game, your rules. You play how you want to have fun.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. I really do enjoy it. It's one of the games that I wouldn't mind playing over and over again. It's just sometimes it's like, oh man, like it hurts, when you're not able to do something. But yeah, I love this game, and it reminds me so much of Dice Thrones, which I absolutely love. The art is just bar none. It's fantastic. And yeah, these pieces are nice and chunky.
Yeah, these are the deluxe. These are the deluxe pieces that I did have I have an unboxing video out there. These are much nicer than the
wood papery.
Yeah, they're in here somewhere. I mean, underneath all of this. I don't want to like destroy things to get to them.
That's alright.
But yeah, there's a baggie. Yeah, here's one.
Oh.
So this.
Yeah.
This compared to that is the difference. So these are the ones that come in the core set. These are the deluxe right there.
I mean, at the very least, at least they kind of fit a little.
They fit, sure. Yeah, they're fine.
But...
they're totally fine. But these are just nicer to feel.
They are.
They really are.
And they're nice and heavy. You can throw them at someone.
No, don't do that.
If you don't like the way they're playing. No, just kidding.
See what I deal with? Yeah.
Sorry.
So, would you play this again?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. I would play it with the homebrew rules, just to make it a little less frustrating because of how difficult it is sometimes.
The co-op bosses definitely harder. Mm-hmm. Like the win rates are really small unless you know how to min-max this game because you've played it so many times. Yeah. Whereas a new player would get frustrated probably playing the boss mode. So again, if you're new to the game, even though the rulebook says don't, take out some of these temporary ones, maybe 2 or 3, whatever you want. Every round, deal yourself. These are temporary, so as soon as you use them, you discard them. Yeah. But yeah, just keep a pile and deal yourself 2 every round, and it'll give you a nice little boost.
There's definitely a heavy RNG aspect when it comes to trying to take out the tokens and putting it on your thing.
That's
what. But like there's a strategy behind it too by managing your action points and how you can modify it.
Yeah, because as you're drawing from your bag, you have to use them all. Like whenever you at the beginning of a round or end of a round, you add more from here to your bag. So this gets more and more cluttered. You have to draw everything in order to progress.
That's another thing where it's like, oh, like why do I have to do that? Like why can't I just like play blackjack? Okay, I'm gonna stay or split or whatever, and then maybe have like some sort of penalty.
Right.
You know.
Well, I mean that's where these action points come in. Like you can manipulate. So like if you have a lot of reds or a lot of yellows in this case, you can spend action points to move them out of that column so that when you draw, hopefully you don't get another, you know what I mean? You can manipulate to reduce the risk of busting with these in between drawing from your bag.
Yeah, and you can regain action points with certain characters, but my character did not have anything like that.
Right.
And it was very frustrating to play this DLC character because
you didn't get to use your ability once.
No, she required a lot of action points, and the fact that I couldn't regain them, it was tough. It was really tough. I think I'd probably play someone else.
Yeah, so hers is, in case you're wondering, she has no ability down there, and she has no star action point thing. Like, I have this. So if I clear any stars on here, I get a free bonus point. I get a free action point. So I can keep, as long as I keep clearing stars, I get action points. She does not have that on here. Instead, she has this one here, which is really powerful.
I do like that.
6 AP, clear all bullets of one color.
Oh, no, I was talking about the other one.
Which one? Oh, the one where you move a bullet to any space.
That is pretty
That is really, normally you can only move them orthogonal, left, right, down. Yeah. Whereas mine's like, I can only move them left, right, or down, one space. But you can move them anywhere. But the 6, you've never used it once.
No, it's just too much. Yeah. And this boss, I feel like it's very counterintuitive because this boss, you start with, once you get a certain point, you start with only 5 action points. So I was never even able to use that. It's impossible.
Right.
But I will say what's cool is that there's different strategies when you're with different characters, because my strategy was to give him all my starred tokens, because if I can't use it, you can use it. So I was trying to take advantage of my little teammate thing and give you all the stars.
I like that. Yeah, and I love that each, like I said, the main drive for me is that each character does something different. I love that. I played a solo game on a previous video, and I was like this mathematician that if I would have to sum up the values of the numbers I was clearing. And if it was between this and this, I got to do this. If it was between this and this, I got to do this. So I had to like add up numbers while I was clearing them or planning, and that was really cool. So I loved how unique that is. It's really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
The one thing I do wish is I wish a lot of these actions were interchangeable between people. If it was a true co-op game, I wish it was like, okay, let me use like, I don't know, one ability of yours for like how many ever action points.
You do. That's what these team things do, but you're right. Like these are the same across all. So this one, these are things that help us, with each other's stuff. But Yeah, we don't get to, like, she can't borrow this ability that's hard-coded to do anything. But I can see.
But that's okay.
Yeah, it might be for balance purposes. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah. But that's Bullet. Really recommend this game. Again, you don't have to get all the fancy, we got this as a press copy, which is great, the bullets and everything. But all you need is the core game to get started. And you get a lot of replayability out of this. And if you add more expansions, you'll get more characters, and it'll keep you busy for quite a while.
Yes, it will.
So here you go. That was Bullet. Big thumbs up from us. This is Vincent Ida Lee. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.